Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, November 1st, 2021. Precipitation for the past 30 days is shown here with the observed amounts on the left and the percent of normal on the right. We've had a pretty good start to the water year, especially over portions of southern Idaho and western and northern Nevada. Utah has also done pretty well, starting off this the first part of the water year. It's been a couple of warm days over the Great Basin, so we haven't seen much snow. And our snow depth values have decreased over the past week because of the warmer, drier weather that we've had. This morning's satellite imagery is showing a low off the California coast and the coast of the Pacific Northwest. That is bringing more moisture into the western U.S., and we will see that low continue to march through tomorrow, bringing a better chance for precip to the Great Basin. So for today, some cloud cover moving in to keeping temperatures are still on the warm side across the moisture is beginning to spread across the Great Basin today. The precip will really start across the western edge of the Great Basin later this evening and continue into tomorrow. But for today, ventilation rates are favorable across the southern half of the Great Basin and a little bit lower further north and east. For winds this afternoon, winds are a little bit on the breezy side over western Nevada and across portions of southern Utah and the Arizona Strip. And the mixing heights are also higher in Nevada and central and southern Utah. By Tuesday, late in the day, that low will have dropped into the eastern half of the Great Basin. Again, precip starts later this evening in the west half and tracks across the Great Basin overnight and through the day on Tuesday. Ventilation rates decreasing across the geographic area. By Tuesday afternoon, wind speeds are generally fairly light across much of the geographic area. Still some higher gusts possible over western Wyoming and northeast portions of Utah on Tuesday as that low exits off to the east. And mixing heights are pretty low across the north, a little bit higher over Nevada and Utah. On Wednesday, the ridge builds in for decreasing precipitation chances and warming temperatures area-wide. Ventilation rates are going to be pretty low on Wednesday. Again, wind speeds will be pretty light under that ridge with just some breezy winds possible over far northwest Nevada and southeast Utah. Mixing heights are lower across much of the Great Basin as well, with just slightly higher values over southeast Utah. The forecasted clearing index for Utah for the next couple of days is shown here. The values aren't great. Some higher values across southern Utah today, decreasing tomorrow and even further decreasing on Wednesday as that ridge builds in temporarily on Wednesday. The 3-day precip totals are shown here. Precip coming to Idaho, Wyoming, the mountains of northern Utah, and lighter amounts over northern Nevada. This is again later tonight through Tuesday afternoon, evening. On Thursday, another trough will begin to set up over the Pacific Northwest and off the coast there. We're looking at wind speeds here. Pretty light wind through the remainder of the period, but some slightly gustier winds along the Sierra front there on Thursday, ahead of some precip moving in with that low. On Friday, precip chances continue over mainly Idaho, western Wyoming, far northern Nevada possibly, and far northern Utah. Wind speeds still pretty light across the geographic area, so the ventilation rates are not going to be terribly high for the second half of the period. And precip chances will continue into the morning hours on Saturday. Saturday should be another generally quiet day with a break in the storminess. And light wind speeds across the geographic area. On Sunday, another low tracks through the geographic area, bringing more precipitation, especially to Idaho, and then clipping portions of northern Nevada and northern and central Utah. Again, wind speeds remain generally light at the surface on Sunday. And the precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5, this is through the weekend, or early in the weekend, Thursday through Saturday. The focus of precipitation is over the west central Idaho mountains, with some lighter precip over northern Nevada and into northern Utah. The extended forecast for the 8 to 14 day period taking us to November 8th through the 14th is calling for a slightly above normal temperatures across the Great Basin and above normal precip over Idaho, northern Nevada, northern Utah, with below normal precip over the southern half of the Great Basin. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back again for the latest updates.